Good morning, co-creators, and welcome. Today I got something fun. We're just going to kind of do a concept thing. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and this idea just kind of popped into my head. And I did this during my NLP training, but never really at this level. And I'm going to be doing two videos on this. One is on basically the instructions on single channel flirting. And then tomorrow, I'm going to do an application that I think is pretty important, having to do with teasing and playfulness, because we are kind of like stuck together, and we've gotten over the initial shock of being together, and now we're kind of like being ourselves. And what I want to know is, when you're being yourself, are you fun to be around? So today I'm going to be talking about going through something fun. And of course, I forgot to turn on my thing. Hold on. So we're working here on the idea of single channel flirting. So I want you to try this. I'm going to give you an example. I'd like you to pick one activity, and that one activity could be, making a cup of coffee or taking a shower. And I want you to think about it, and I'll just kind of go through my day, because when I get up in the morning, I don't necessarily turn any lights on. I have a grow light that goes on my bonsais. So there's a little bit of light, so I don't need a whole lot of light to, get up and make a cup of coffee. But it kind of goes like this. My alarm goes off, and in a perfect world, I don't hit snooze, but let's say it's a perfect world, and I get up and I walk, out of my bedroom and into the bathroom and do what I normally do. When I come out of there, I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to walk down the hall to my kitchen. And then I'm going to walk over to my coffee pot, or to my Keurig, and I'm going to turn it on, and I'll hear the Keurig begin to heat up. And I reach into the upper cabinet, pull out a K-cup and put it in there and close the lid. And as the coffee is brewing, I'll reach over to my left and bring over my super mega organic granulated sugar thing and put 1 teaspoon of sugar in my coffee. And then while that's happening, about that time, the Keurig is beginning to output coffee into the coffee cup, and I go to the refrigerator and get some almond milk, shake it up, take the lid off, pour in 2 ounces of almond milk, and then stir that up, and then let the coffee finish brewing. And by that point, it's finished, and I walk back and I walk into my living room to my favorite chair, and I sit down and I set my coffee cup down to my left on a table. I'll turn on the light, and you can tell I thought about this. And I'll sit and drink a cup of coffee and go through my email in the morning. Okay. And so I want you to pick something that you do on a regular basis, and just kind of think about what the steps are that you would normally do in order to perform that. And the thing is that it's generally so automated that we don't even pay attention. So here's the fun part. I want you to try this, but imagine this time that you're blindfolded. Okay. And so I keep my bedroom really, really dark. It's completely blacked out. I have blackout curtains. There's no available light whatsoever. So I kind of know where everything is in my bedroom. Okay. But if I were blindfolded, once I leave my bedroom, everything starts getting dicey. So you have to, my bathroom is across the hall from my bedroom. So now I have to navigate, to the bathroom, find the potty, and make sure that nothing unfortunate happens, while I'm blindfolded. And then I have to exit the bathroom, work my way down the hall to my coffee pot. And while I was thinking about this, one of the things that I use, because I'm sleepy, is when I close the lid, 3 blue lights light up, which tell me which size brew brew that I'm going to get. You know, is it going to be small, medium, or large? So if I were blindfolded, I would have to literally feel my way down to the bottom button and then work my way back up in order to press the right button. Sure, it would be no problem, maybe, you know, and then I have to turn around and walk blindly or blindfoldedly to the refrigerator, open the refrigerator door, find the almond milk, go back to the thing. And one of the things I want you to like pay attention to is what other senses would be activated if you couldn't see. You know, your sense of smell, your sense of touch, proprioception, which is a kinesthetic thing of you moving through the air, your feet on the floor. Okay, and so once you've done that and you've noticed what you've done with that, imagine that in addition to being blindfolded, that you have like noise canceling headphones on. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to hear the coffee pot as it begins to brew. I'm going to have to like put my hand on top of the thing to literally feel the coffee pot make a complete cycle until it stops. Then close the lid. Then find the buttons. Then push the button. Now, you don't have to, you know, what if you don't drink coffee? Okay, imagine doing the same thing, taking a shower or getting dressed for work or whatever. Pick one activity that you would normally do and go through this process. And just think about all of the experiences that we aren't noticing, that, you know, because we have had this one channel, our eyes, that we have all of these other things that are muted or not pay attention to at all. Okay, so I want you to, you know, try that thing, and you're going to listen to this again. And the short instructions are imagine or go through the steps, and then imagine or go through the steps with a blindfold, because I've recommended that people like eat dinner blindfolded, you know, so that they can actually taste their food. And then imagine or actually go through the process of being blindfolded and having noise canceling earmuffs on your head as you do a simple task. Now, your expert level process for this, I thought it would be fun, is, you know, we're kind of at home and we got our partners or a partner, and or you might have a somebody that you're interested in, or you might have somebody that you were interested in and now you aren't. But explore a fantasy with that partner. It could be holding hands, it could be dancing in your kitchen, it could be making love. How do you normally do that sort of thing? Lights on, lights off. Where do you begin? Are you the initiator, or are you the receiver? And then think about that, or actually try this with a blindfold. It could be just you. It could be just them. It could be both of you. And, you know, obviously Amazon's going to make money off of me with these noise canceling earmuffs, but wouldn't it be interesting for you to have the experience of having your eyes or having your ears or both completely shut down, so that you are now forced to pay attention to your sensations, to that feeling of touch? What does their skin feel like? What does your skin feel like? What smells or tastes are you now aware of that you aren't normally aware of? You know, it's like, did you just have a big dinner with garlic bread? You know, it's gonna show up when you close those other channels. So I wanted you to think about this and kind of think about it is like, we don't know how long we're going to be shut down. Okay, it's going to come, it's going to go, it's going to be on, it's going to be off. But if we get better at communicating, if we get better at communicating with ourselves, if we get better at communicating with people that we care about, maybe we'll get better with communicating and connecting with other people that we don't know. One of the things that you might want to consider is, we do a lot of texting nowadays instead of talking or, meeting people face to face. How would you let someone know that you were interested in them? How would you let them know that you wanted to talk or to kiss or to make love or to interact with them in some kind of way? And anyway, that's today's video. Tomorrow's video is going to be a step up, but I really want you to practice these skills at least once, with yourself. Go ahead and, prepare to be surprised. Of somebody I know that says, if you don't feel foolish while you're doing this, you're probably doing it wrong. I'm planning on doing a meditation blindfolded. I'm planning on doing a yoga session blindfolded, because I want to see, or not see, I want to experience what this is going to be like, because I'm extremely visual and I'm very reliant on my eyes and my ears. And I'm really interested to know what this could be like. So please, put your comments in the comments section. This will be on YouTube as well as on my website. But I'm really interested to know your feedback when you try this, and what your experience was. I think that this is a great way to experience being playful and getting really, really curious about how we do what we do. Not why, just how do we do it? When do we do that? Where do we do that? For how long? And most importantly, starting to pay attention to how you respond, does this feel good? And tomorrow we're going to take it the next level up and say, does your partner or does your friend enjoy whatever it is that you're doing? Because if it doesn't feel good to you, my guess is that it's not feeling good to other people. And what may feel good to you may or may not feel good to somebody else. And anyway, just think about that today, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have a great day.